Hi, Secondlifers! It's Bully Coco and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing amazing. Today I'm back on the channel with Adore La Femme right next to me. Hi, Adore!
Bonjour. Hey bitches, it's me, Adore La Femme. I'm so happy to be back on your channel, Miss Polly Coco. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, I know, and I'm so excited because just a few weeks ago I was on your show, the Project A, the season 5 of Adore Next Top Model, and I got so many questions for you today.
Yeah, well, I'm here to answer them. Kind of nervous, but I'm excited. I don't know what's gonna be asked, so.
Well, before we even start, I want to ask you what are you wearing today? What is this fashion statement? Can you tell us about this?
Oh my god, okay. So I came in dressed like a trash bag to represent the less fashionably inclined people, the more fashionably challenged people that are out there, just to represent them a little bit, just to prove a point that I look good in a trash bag as well. So that's the vibe.
Literally, you look so good that even a trash bag fits you.
It's so hard being beautiful. You bitches will never understand the struggle.
I know! How do you feel, Adore? How do you feel mentally? How do you feel physically?
How do I feel? Okay, I never really know how to answer this question. Of course, you can be nice and be like, "I'm good. How are you?" But if we're gonna be honest, for me, the way that it goes, there's always two people inside of me. Haha, wink, wink. No, but for real, it feels like there's two parts of me all the time, and there's always this kind of darkness, you want to call it, kind of in the background, no matter what is happening. Just in the back of my brain is always kind of this rainy cloud, so to speak. But honestly, I'm pretty decent, all things considering. I feel very inspired. I'm very hopeful about the future. I'm very happy with the way that my projects are going. I've been in a better place in real life with my workout and the Ozempic stuff and everything. So that I'm doing in real life. So I don't know, it's kind of mixed, but I think I'm doing pretty decent, all things considered.
That is good to know. You're saying that you're feeling pretty decent, but we all know that we just finished filming Adore Next Top Model Season 5. It is done now. All the episodes are out yet, but they are coming. But the filming is done. How was the experience? How do you feel now that it's done?
When it comes to Adore's Next Top Model, people don't understand. I feel that it's an extremely long process. Essentially, while I'm working on season 5, I'm already working on season 6. It's a months-long thing. This season surprisingly took a year, actually, because of certain hiccups and stuff. It's always such an insane thing. It takes over my life whenever it does happen. Whenever there's a season about to happen or it's happening right now, it becomes the center of my world for quite a while. But now that it's over, behind the scenes and the episodes are being worked on, it feels like a huge weight has been lifted off of me. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's I pour so much of my soul into Adore's Next Top Model and my projects in general, and there's so much that goes into it, and quite a little bit of stress, honestly. So now that the season's over and all I have to do is edit, the hardest part is essentially done.
Okay, so I've been a judge in this beautiful last season. It was crazy. It was such an honor. And I want to ask you, what makes Project A, aka Season 5, different from previous seasons?
So Project A serves two very specific purposes. It is part of Adore's Next Top Model. It is Adore's Next Top Model Season 5, to be specific. It just has a little extra name attached to it. The first purpose for Project A is that it serves as a kind of a rebirth for myself on the show. This is not the first time I've done something like this. Season 3, there was a rebirth because that season had to be restarted. With this one, I felt I wanted to kind of change the format a little bit, and it felt like I was essentially like birthing this brand new thing that was familiar at the same time. The second purpose, I'm afraid that people will have to go watch the show. There's a twist at the end of episode 1 that explains why Adore's Next Top Model Season 5 is also called Project A. This season worked quite differently than what people are normally used to, I would say.
Yeah, I must agree with that. Well, Adore, talking about previous season, can you tell us what happened with season 4? I think a lot of people are wondering.
Yeah, I've been asked this question so many times. So I'm just gonna be real. Honestly, like, so season 4 was like the worst season, like emotionally, mentally for me. It was very exhausting, very draining. It became very toxic and just like too draining, essentially. Like, what people forget, I feel, with Adore's Next Top Model is that it's essentially a one-man show most of the time, with me kind of running everything, and it's a passion project more than anything that I would give my life for. And with season 4 specifically, a few years ago, quite a few of the people that were participating on that season were people that I considered to be like my close personal friends, like, you know, behind the scenes. So a lot of things happened, there was drama, and you know, when push came to shove and I was no longer talking to a lot of these people that I loved, it was just too painful for me to like sit there and edit like hours and hours and hours of footage of people that were no longer in my life. So I just made the decision to kind of like ghost the season. The season was concluded, however, behind the scenes. The winner was Layton. She's also a judge now for season 5 and onwards. She received her 50,000 Linden prize. The models were rewarded for their efforts and their looks and everything with our sponsors and stuff like that. So everything was handled. I just decided not to post the finale because of those reasons and mental health related stuff.
Well, obviously, drama is to be expected, and we all know that the previous seasons had their share of drama. Regarding the contestants, the judges, and in general, what about season 5 drama wise?
So, surprisingly enough, season 5 has gone very swimmingly. And I do mean that, like, everything that could have went wrong did not. The models were amazing, very professional. There was one model that had a few issues with like some of the judges, one or two in particular. And I believe that this topic will be discussed in one of the future videos of the backstage exclusives of Project A. But honestly, the issue was resolved very quickly, and you would be surprised by how like amazing and level-headed everyone was this season. Like, I'm very used to like almost a semi like hostile environment with Adore's Next Top Model with the judges. But no, like this season, everything was perfect, and I could not be more thankful for, you know, the judges and the models just like being so amazing and so frankly professional and normal. Like everyone was so sane. Like it just, I'm not used to that, but like I hope that future seasons will be the same, honestly.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's going to be, because even this season, I mean, I can tell from myself, like the glow up was serious.
Yeah, so with this season, honestly, the budget has increased. Decided to kind of add more things to this season, you know, the spin that we talked about. I had some help regarding the intro that was filmed for Antm season 5. So I had a little bit of help in that department, and honestly, like I feel like season 5 is the best season fashion wise and production wise, and honestly, it's been my favorite to film so far. Like I feel like it's a very interesting turning point for the franchise of Adore's Next Top Model.
Absolutely. So, for those of you who live under a rock or in another dimension, you could not have missed that Adore La Femme has released music. Yes, music. Music of her own. So you started your music career, Adore, and by this you really produced your songs. Like how, when, why, what is happening?
Oh my god, okay. So I have wanted to do music for years now. I love music very much, art, everything. I'm super drawn to kind of like electronic industrial EDM pop music, so to speak. Even some like dark wavy stuff. I have always thought of like my persona on the internet as like a pop star, kind of diva essentially. And I honestly, like, I just went, why not? Like, literally, why the fuck not? Like, nothing is stopping me from just doing it. So, a few friends from behind the scenes helped me kind of understand how to like get into mixing and like producing and stuff. So like I've been learning how to use a program for music, and my very first release was XXX, which is a cover that I'm very proud of, and I released my first original song called Star Pop that I'm also deeply proud of. It's been insane. It's been surreal. I plan on releasing more music. Honestly, I don't think that's gonna stop anytime soon. It's one step closer to like what I've always wanted to do. You know what I mean? Who I've always wanted to be.
Well, now that we're into your music career, especially Star Pop, can we expect from you a clip anytime soon? Where are you going from now on? Are you targeting to grow your music career more or lean more towards ANTM or both? Like, what's your vision? What's next?
Honestly, like, I don't see myself choosing and focusing on a specific thing. I will forever be a side quest kind of hoe on top of the main quest. Like, Adore's Next Top Model is not going anywhere. I will always focus on that, and I will also focus on music and other projects that I plan on, you know, doing and returning and stuff like that to my channel. I honestly, I've been asked to do music videos for my music. I can definitely see that becoming reality at some point in the future. I will definitely do like a little music clip for some of my songs. And yeah, like, honestly, like, would it be too early to say that I'm already planning season 6 of Adore's Next Top Model? Because I am. But, you know, I'll be working on everything like with the same exact level of like care and obsession, frankly.
Back to fashion, Adore. You are a fashion sensation. Where does that come from? Can you tell us a little bit about the process, the inspiration? Like, where does that come from?
I'm quite literally inspired by mostly everything and anything. Like, I'm sure some people can relate, but oftentimes I'll be falling asleep and like I'll hear something or like I'll think of something. And I have to wake up and like write it down, like, or like, you know, type it into my phone so I don't forget. That's how I came up with a lot of like the projects that I've done, to be honest, is like, you know, from falling asleep. I'm very inspired by Jelena Karleuša, who I will never stop talking about. She's a Serbian pop star that I've loved for a very long time. Her fashion and her persona, her identity have inspired me as Adore very heavily. But also, obviously, people like Lady Gaga. Like I've been inspired by that a lot, and I get inspired by a lot of like the media that I consume, as does everyone else, really. I feel like everyone knows that I'm like super heavily obsessed with vampire related shit, and I kind of like to incorporate that into my craft and my art, and into my fashion, so to speak. I always like kind of portraying a certain kind of like energy and aura with the way that I dress and, you know, portray myself.
Well, now that you're a fashion icon and that you're a pop star who makes her own music, like all of this together, did this induce more hate in your second life? Do you have to deal with more drama in your life, like on the daily, and how do you cope with that?
I mean, since the beginning of like my social media journey, girl, like I've always kind of been a magnet for drama or controversy, whether that be for legitimate reasons or not is up to debate. But honestly, like it's always been kind of like a steady stream of like drama. To be honest, like I'm no longer willing to kind of waste my energy on people that don't deserve it at this point. In recent years, I'm a lot less concerned with people's opinions and stuff. When it comes to drama, of course, like when people have issues with me, like it can never be resolved in a normal way. It needs to be like public, or it needs to be like insane and like over the top, and like everyone needs to be involved, which I think is honestly insane. Like I'll say my piece and I'll say how I feel, and then I'll just move on. Like you will no longer really catch me arguing with literally everyone and everything. I kind of pick and choose what I want to spend my energy on. And frankly, that's like some advice I could give to anyone watching in whatever area, you know, of their lives they're kind of dealing with drama or whatever. Is you have to think about the nature of people that don't like you. Are they good people? You know, are they deserving of your energy, and do their opinions actually matter? For me, they absolutely do not matter. I'm very loved by people that are close to me and my family. So if someone doesn't like me, it's well within their rights not to. I encourage, you know, people to form their own opinions. You will not catch me wasting too much of my energy at this point. You really won't.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize people that people like Adore or myself, when you have such an activity that makes you public and quite popular, or for whatever reason you're known, it's extremely difficult, almost impossible to make a friendship, especially when you're so advanced in your activity and in your lifestyle. People cannot understand that you can be busy, that you have a lot of things to do, that you have responsibilities, and it is just so difficult. So I know exactly what you're talking about, and wow, it's beautiful. You evolved so much and you become such a beautiful and very wise person. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, like I think people need to realize that like none of what we're talking about like right now has to do with popularity or whatever the hell. In general, people will always have an issue with you if they feel like you're living your best life, if you're true to yourself, because frankly, not a lot of people are willing to kind of take that step. And frankly, some bitches will be jealous because you don't hate yourself the way they hate themselves. But honestly, like even with me specifically, I have since day one, quite literally, since I started YouTube when I was like 18 years old, I have always felt like the black sheep, like, and that feeling has never fully gone away. And I don't mean that in a victimizing way, not at all. But I feel like a lot of people with me assume what kind of person I am, or they will kind of like just project whatever qualities they want onto me. And for whatever reason, I've noticed that people that want something from me are not really the nicest to me, which I think is baffling, frankly. But honestly, I just don't want to let anyone walk all over me, and neither should you, the person watching. So that's my advice to you.
Love it. And while you're talking about advice, I want to finish this beautiful interview with the fashion advice of the year, like bless us for 2025. Can you tell us a fashion move, a fashion advice, something you should absolutely do in terms of fashion for the upcoming year?
Number one, this is my biggest trigger with people, especially on Secondlife and even in real life. If you're gonna mix fabrics, which we often do, right? We're not medieval assholes anymore. Do not mix like 3 or more. Like that is my advice to you. If you're like, let's say wearing denim, leather, latex, like that's a hot fucking mess. Please do not do that for the love of God. So don't do that. You know, don't be ugly. Just if you're ugly, don't be. And I don't know, I feel like if you're not a blonde, like, are you even fashion? Question mark? I don't know.
I feel attacked, but I can turn blonde.
No. Well, I made you blonde for a video. Remember when I gave you a makeup? I made
Yeah,
you
I
blonde.
do. I do.
But no, I'm deeply, deeply, deeply thankful for all of my friends and family and the people that are, subscribed and watch my videos. It means the absolute fucking world to me, bitch. I cannot imagine a reality where I'm not doing exactly what I'm doing right now. And I have, you and all of you watching to thank for that. So thank you. And I love you.
No, I love you too. Do you want to add anything to those who are watching us, or do you want to give any message?
My message for today is if you love someone, just let them fucking know. Like, they deserve to know that they're loved and cared for. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, thank you so much. Adore La Femme. I'm sorry I had to say it in the French way. It's just so beautiful. It was so good to have you back on the channel after such a long time. This comeback, you ate, if I may say in English. You slayed. And yeah, you're gonna ever slay so. And I see that fashion is never gonna leave you anytime soon. And this is so good to know. And I'm relieved for this because this is the best part of you. Something I really love about you is your artistry. You have such an artistry that is not very common in Secondlife, and that's something I truly enjoy in you. I'd be so sad if you turn into an ugly, basic bee. Never do that, please.
Girl, shoot me in the back of the head if that ever happens. Holy shit.
I know.
That's never gonna be me. You will never catch me being a basic hoe. That's just not in my DNA. That's not in my reality, nor is it in my programming.
I know, and I pray for that. Well, I hope you had fun being here with me and you enjoyed your time and the questions were not too strong or too rough or too personal. For me, it was so much fun and I'm so happy, and I want to thank you also for thinking about me and bringing me back as a permanent judge in Project A Season 5. That is not nothing. And I had a lot of good times, and of course, as always, I enjoyed judging and seeing all the beautiful art unfolding in front of me. This is a unique thing. You should absolutely watch Adore Season 5 Project A. It is something to watch, from the intro that is so iconic to the beautiful episodes that we filmed. The whole season is iconic and high fashion, so go and watch it and subscribe to Adore if you don't. I'm gonna link Adore's channel in the bar below. So yeah, thank you so much, Adore.
Thank you, and I think that the fans and viewers deserve to know that we have another upcoming collab in the near future that none of you hoes are ready for, in my humble opinion. I don't think it's been done before on Secondlife, and I'm really hyped.
Buckle up, you're not prepared.
Like, glue your wig down, sis. It's gonna fly all the way to Guatemala.
I think they're not prepared. That's something that hasn't been done yet, and it's gonna be great. Like, just look forward to it. It's gonna be wow.
Well, merci. Merci beaucoup.
De rien, Adore. Well, Secondlifers, we'll see you in the next video, hopefully, both Adore and me, for the collab. And thank you so much. Of course, as I always say in French, enjoy your Secondlife, be who you want to be, don't let anyone damage your experience, and love yourself. Bye.
Bye, bitches.